Hey guys, welcome to the Rusty Beauty's garage and to our Triumph TR3 project, which we got here 2 months ago probably. It was brought to us to inspect and see if it is worth putting it back on the road, because the owner just acquired it and he wasn't sure if he wanted to invest in it or not. So what we did was we checked a few little things on it. The ignition had a little problem with the distributor and the spark plug wires. The carburetors required a little bit of attention. So we did that, and then we turned the key and this happened. Yeah, we made it run, not without issues, so turned out the radiator was leaking badly, but it was okay for just test, start and drive. Well, turns out that for the driving, the clutch needed to be fixed because the master cylinder was leaking, so we rebuilt that, and then she started moving under her own power. Yep. So we drove it a little bit, checked the transmission, if it shifts all the way, clutch and all that. And she was actually a pretty good driver. I loved how she drove. We figured out the overdrive was not working and the steering was also all over the place. Everything else was fantastic. She was driving like a charm. She shifted and the engine sounded really healthy. So that's where we left it, and we said that we're gonna have to put it on the lift and check underneath to see if the frame is in a good shape, if the body is in the good shape, if there's rust, suspension, the bushings and all that. I did that. I didn't show it to you, but I will shortly. And spoke to the owner, and obviously, judging by the Christmas gifts that we have here, we are gonna proceed with the overhauling, we want to call it, or whatever we want to call it. It's not gonna be a total restoration. It's not gonna be even an engine rebuild, maybe transmission, I don't know. We're gonna see if we can make the overdrive work without taking the transmission apart, but that's some of the future episodes. But yeah, let me show you first what we saw under the car, and then we're gonna go from there. Ay, ay, ay. She's pissing all over my garage floor. Yeah. Let's put her up in the air. All right, so let's go take a shower underneath. Pissing all over the place. All right, I'm curious to see now. Starts marking her territory right away. Of course, from the rear seal. That's the weak spot on these engines, the TR2, TR3, TR4, the rear scroll seal. Yep, just like we expected, A-type overdrive, which we can test the solenoid here, but yeah, the solenoid is seized. Can't even move it, so that's why the overdrive is not working, but we can try to unseize it without taking everything apart and see if she's gonna run. Okay, where do we start? Let's start from the front. And oh, wow, these are actually white walls. Really? And they installed them backwards. Like, why? Oh no, this is ridiculous. These are white line tires. They're beautiful. They would be really nice if they were mounted the proper way. Anyway, let's see the frame. Yeah, this is known. problem for TR3s. They just smash them here. It's not a big deal. Usually there's a problem here, and I think, okay, there's a bolt missing here on the suspension. And on the other side as well. That's not good. Yeah, I don't know why it is missing on both sides. Yeah, looks like it needs, I don't know. Now she started leaking from one more spot. Like, really? Okay. So the frame actually looks pretty good. Floors have a little bit of rust, but looks like they've been patched. This is a patch, riveted patch. And from underneath, interesting. Yeah, the inner seals look good. Yeah, there is surface rust, but nothing critical. There's somebody cut this out. I guess they changed the spring, okay, to replace the spring and to take the bolt out. Or no. I don't get it. What happened here? I guess, yeah, to take the bolt out somehow? They cut this opening? I don't know. This side is not done. This side is better. Okay. Yeah, the frame looks solid. E-brake. What's going on here? What is this? Where does this go? See, I'm not familiar with TR3, so I don't know where this goes. This is supposed to move like that, that's fine. But yeah, not major rust. At least not that I see. Might need to weld this back for safety. But other than that, I think it is not bad. Okay, let's look at suspension. I don't know if these bushings are any good. Here things have been greased, but the bushings are not deteriorated. Can't see. Well, the ball joint looks, yeah, the rubber is ripped. What are these calipers? Looks like new brake hose there. Okay, for this we have to take the wheels off. Oh, it's missing the bucket. Clutch needs to have a spring here. The return spring is missing. I think it's from here to here. These bushings have definitely seen better days. Is brake fluid or no? That's diff oil. So the seals here are probably gone. Same here. Both sides of the seals are gone. The diff is not leaking, surprisingly. probably empty. No, it's the same oil here, right? From here. But yeah, the spare tire bottom is in a good shape. The body here, this is, I know this is a weak spot here for the body, but this looks solid. Oh my god, I'm surprised by this car. Yeah. No major rust anywhere. See, new fuel line there. So somebody's done something. But we have to look at the tank. Maybe it's in a good shape and we can actually use it. Here, no rust. Also here, this is usually a rusted area, but this is good. Yeah, nice and solid anywhere, everywhere. It doesn't need rust repair, which is amazing. I guess this is the rack playing. A little bit of play in the hub. The rear ones look good. Yeah, it's just this steering box, you know, this is known problem for TR3. That's why they upgrade them to rack and pinion. Oh well, so it has issues here and there, but in general, I'm pretty pleased with the condition of this car. Of course, I'm sure there's gonna be more than what we just see right now, but at least the general things we can figure out. And we're gonna go from there. So that's the situation. As you can see, the car is not bad at all. I'm pretty happy with it. I'm impressed actually with how well preserved this car is. There's some surface rust in corners and here and there, but I think, I'm not 100% sure, but I think this is the original paint of the car, which is making it kind of unique car. So, as I mentioned already, the owner is happy with investing a little bit more in this car so it can go back on the road. He had an idea initially to put it together, refresh everything, upgrade whatever needs to be upgraded, and sell it. But I think he changed his mind. I think he's gonna keep it. We'll see about that. So anyway, I went ahead and I ordered lots of parts, and we're gonna go shortly through them, and I'm gonna show you what the plan with everything is. But the big one is, obviously, we have the rack and pinion conversion for the steering by Bastuk from Germany. So we're gonna do that. There's videos on YouTube by Chef Tash. He's done this job, so we're gonna use that as a manual, and we're gonna do the same here for this car. Obviously, new radiator because that one was leaking, and a whole bunch of smaller things. So let's go through them and see what else we ordered and what else we're gonna do, so you know what to expect in the next, I don't know how many episodes. We're gonna make a small series about putting this car back on the road. All right, let's see what we have here. So hoses, we're gonna replace all the hoses, of course, when we're replacing the radiator. Front shocks, more hoses, more hoses. Oh, we have even this one, and more hoses. Like, we ordered the entire kit of hoses, the rear shock links, clamps, gaskets. I ordered a whole bunch of gaskets for the thermostat because very often I need those and I don't have many. The other shock, more hoses, the other shock link, and a thermostat. Okay, we have a new belt speedo cable because the speedometer was not working, and we determined that that was the problem. That can't tell what this is. Water pump. And last but not least, we have a Super Pro kit with bushings for the entire car. Let's see what's here. We have U-joints and ball joints and some seals for the transmission. And that's it here. Okay, of course we have a radiator, but let's see what's in this big box. This box spent, I don't know, a month in customs for whatever reason. In Germany, not here. For whatever reason they blocked it. European air. I miss that. Hold on, there's something here that we got rid of. I don't like that. How is this even legal? These big staples. Hope they didn't staple through something important. Did they? I really want to check this fin. Well, looks like they barely missed it. So we're changing the fan because we also ordered a kit, I believe this is it. Shorter snout for the fan and another fan, not so we can reuse it, because normally this conversion requires removal of the original fan, the factory fan. German newspapers. Okay, brackets. I've never done that conversion before, but I kind of helped David finish it on another TR3, so I kind of know what goes where, I think. But we will see. Okay, so these are the tie rod ends, hardware, U-joint, something, some shaft. I guess that's from the rack to the U-joint, I guess, or I don't know, we'll see. And that's the important part. Oh, there's another U-joint, so two U-joints. And this is the slip ring that allows us to reuse the original head on the steering wheel, because on that head we have the horn, of course, but also the signals right on top of the head. Otherwise we have to move that stuff somewhere. Instructions, I guess. I hope they have English version. My German is not really good, other than "Das ist fantastisch." Oh yeah, das ist fantastisch. There's a French. Really? So there's German and French version. Démonter les deux étraits du frein. Something. Why wouldn't they do them in English? I don't understand. It's for a British car after all. Anyway, Rusty Beauties, here Elin. That sounds weird. Here. That's my invoice. And here's the actual rack. Looking good. Rack and pinion. Okay, so that's what we have here. Oh, and last but not least, we have these wheel hub rebuilding kits, the bearings and the seals, so we can rebuild the front hubs, because we're gonna be taking all that apart anyways, so we're gonna rebuild the suspension and everything at the same time. All right, so finally, it's been like 2 months since we got the car. We have all the parts. I mean, it took a while, especially for the bus stock stuff to arrive because of the hold up at the customs in Germany. They got shipped right away. I mean, 2-3 days after I ordered the parts, they got shipped. But for whatever reason, the German customs decided to do a thorough check. But anyways, we have everything, and finally the car is inside. It's been sitting in the shed, so it's a little bit dirty, but it's gonna get even dirtier. We're gonna clean it at the end. Anyway, that's where we stand. We have a plan. Now you know what to expect. We're gonna rebuild kind of the entire suspension. We're gonna convert the steering rack. We're gonna change seals, gaskets, and whatever needs to be changed. You saw, judging by the parts, you know what to expect, right? But we're gonna start in the next episode. This one is gonna be kind of not much work in it, but just wanted to give you an update where we stand. And in the next episode we're gonna start. We're gonna start with the steering rack and of course the radiator. For the radiator we're gonna have to remove the front valance, which it's been out actually. You can see the tape where somebody taped the moldings there. And the whole valance is held by just 2 bolts on each side. So I'm guessing they were trying to fix the radiator, but they couldn't, I guess. But I don't know what happened. Anyway, to change the radiator, we're gonna have to take the valance out, and we're just gonna keep it out until we do the whole conversion and rebuild the front suspension. It's just gonna be easier. So stay tuned for that. That's gonna be in the next episode. So thank you guys so much for watching, commenting, subscribing, sharing, and supporting the channel. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye.